You make me want to rip you through the screen. That looks amazing.
Yeah.
So we were also on a call, Justin hung up, and what has to do with fixing things and so on. I will leave over to you now, Stephen and Nigel and Mike and Aaron to continue.
Great.
Perfect. Thank you. Stephen, you want to start, or maybe let me say one thing before we get going. I know, ladies and gentlemen, that we supposed to be all together at the moment, but like you see life right now, we're moving, and the commitment that they not only came to Dubai, but the commitment to build here a base, one of their headquarters, is coming along. So we're here to stay, guys, and we're here for the long run. I know that some of the questions we go through today has also to do that some things are a bit late, but better late than never. And we're here to stay, and we're here for a long run. So, Stephen, the subject today will be explanation of the compensation plan. I know you guys are still tweaking a little bit on some things, and we have a couple questions, but I would say, shall we start with the compensation plan, Stephen?
Yeah, let's start. If you want to just ask the question, I'll answer what I can and not answer what I can't. So.
Okay. So, I mean, basically, I think what's important that our members one more time understand that the compensation plan is based on basically a simple unit level on 2 levels and a pool system. And if you may explain the first 2 levels, what exactly is getting paid, and is it limited on only 5, or is it limited, or is there no limits? In other words, whatever comes in, basically new members, you're getting paid. So let's start with the 2 levels first.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about that. So there are 2 levels of compensation. So if every time I make a sale, that sale comes into, first of all, let me break this down a little bit more. So whenever there's a smart node purchase inside of Connect, half of that smart node purchase goes to the specific blockchain. So if it's a switch node, a blue node, a Liberty node, any of the other nodes, half of that will go to that blockchain first, which is used for some of their operations, but also for market support and standing that particular project up. And then the other half, roughly, and we're talking in rough numbers now, but the other half roughly goes into the Win blockchain. Now, that being said, if it is a Win node or a Win smart node that is sold, 100% of that goes into the Win blockchain. And so that's why we say up to, and most cases it's 50%, but for the Win smart node and Win nodes, those are 100% that go into the Win blockchain. Of whatever comes into the Win blockchain, the individual that made the sale is going to receive 10% of that. Okay, so it may be 10% of the whole or 10% of half of it, right? So I just want to make sure that that's clear. So the person that makes the sale gets 10%. The first qualified Win node above that individual on a personal chain or friend chain gets 10%, which is the confirmation reward. So the transaction reward goes to the person that made the sale. The confirmation reward, if Nigel brought me in, he would receive the confirmation reward on that, and that is another 10%. And then once I have sold, let's say I sell, once I've sold my 5th node or 5 nodes, that would trigger the block reward. Okay, so the block reward would be triggered. I would receive 10% of that block reward, which is, it's a 20% reward. I would receive 10% of it for those first 5. Nigel would receive the other 10% of those first 5. If I went and sold now number 6 or 7 or 8, I would still receive the transaction reward and the block reward for everything from 6 on through infinity, number of sales. Nigel would only receive from 6 on, he would only receive the confirmation reward. And that additional 10% of the block reward now goes down into the node support rewards, which is this kind of the global bonus structure that we've been talking about here on the Win blockchain. And so so again, up front, for the first 5 sales of any sale, there's going to be a 40% payout. After that first 5 sales, 10% of that will go into the node support rewards, making that jump from 60% up to 70%, basically. So nothing gets lost. There's no breakage. Anytime that there is a scenario where someone should get paid but can't because maybe there's nobody qualified or whatever, that will always then come down into the node support rewards.
Perfect. Stephen, do you want to turn on your camera? No.
I do.
Okay.
My phone did something weird.
So that means that from, let's say, 100% of whatever node or green is 70%. But I think important is that the members understand that's not going to the company itself. It goes into the individual projects in order to build that project and build it up and make it strong, because that's what everybody wants. We want the running nodes to perform. So keep this in mind, guys.
Right.
It's not a company, because that's a question that came up a couple of times. It's going into the projects, and that's what we benefit or will benefit all. I think that's very, very important. Stephen, so to participate into the first 10% and in the second 10%, can you one more time say exactly the qualification? What do I need in order to get the first 10% and the second?
Thank you. So in the past, it required the sale of nodes, right? So a couple of different actually possibilities. If you are a start member and we're paying that monthly fee, or if you had a block bot and we're paying that monthly fee that was associated with qualification, we're reworking that. I know that I've been talking about this for the last week or so about the Win blockchain. A lot of it was based on that monthly income or that monthly kind of payment coming into the Win blockchain and helping to support a lot of that, a lot of the part of that. As we've been looking at that, and as we've removed the necessity to have that monthly fee, it's just made it so that we've had to figure out other options and other ways to qualify, which aren't yet fully solidified. And so the way that people qualified before is once you sold, either once you purchased a smart node or a block bot, which is what it was the qualification before, you could then earn confirmation and transaction rewards. In order to earn everything, you had to be a Win node status, which basically meant that you had sold 5 smart nodes or more. And so right now we're working out, and it really wasn't 5 smart nodes. Really, what it was you sold 5 block bots that were part of that smart node kind of purchase. So we're still in the process of reworking that. I know it probably seems like it should be a lot easier than it has been, but there was a lot of the fundamental aspects of the compensation model of the Win blockchain that were built into the monthly plan, that when we got rid of that, which I think is a great idea. I mean, I think that's really what everyone wanted, is to get rid of that monthly cost. It's just caused us to have to go back to the drawing board a bit more and take more time to really figure out how we can make the plan work for everybody in the Win blockchain to help the blockchain grow, as well as to help those that are participating. So we're still getting some of those details worked out.
So you just have to cut the cake differently.
Correct. Yeah.
Perfect. And that was the biggest wish, I think, of about every leader and member, to get no monthly fees. So thank you for that. That's
and bear in mind, Stephen. Sorry, Mike.
That's all right.
Bear in mind, it will not change the percentage of money that goes back into the field in terms of the distribution of rewards. So we're still going to be probably one of the, if not the highest paying reward plans in existence.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. Yeah. And Michael, like you said before, the other portion, obviously for any blockchain in the beginning, before it fully decentralizes, there is a core group of individuals that are working on it. And there is a portion of that gets paid for operations and things like that. But there's also the whole market and node support and getting that up and running. I mean, the reality is we all would love to be, and I've never seen a project quite like this, where a portion of what's paid into the node licenses and things like that gets allocated for market support and things like that. It's never been done before. So what we're doing here is truly revolutionary that way.
Can I say something, Stephen, about that so people really understand it?
Yeah.
Of course, go ahead.
Because we are focusing a lot, people, how many percentages are paid in rewards. I want to explain it in a way so people can really understand what happens. So let's say that it's 50%, like in Digger, Element now, Switch.
Yeah.
Let's say that it's 50%. Yeah. Okay. So guys, from this 50%, then, you can start to see exactly where it goes. 10% goes to you when you do something, directly. Another 10% goes to, to help your friends that you bring in, and you get confirmation rewards for that. When you achieve so people can participate in the pool, which is the win block, so to say. Now, another 30% plus is released out to the field. So we are talking here actually 70% plus, okay? That goes in back to the members, recommending the business, keeping the nodes running and so on. Now, what is even more so cool, the other 50%, guys, is that actually goes into making your rewards that you keep your nodes on, that you have sold the products valuable. So it's not...
Yeah, we're talking about a triple reward here. I mean, that's
correct,
really,
because people are hooked up, Stephen, in the old model they're selling a soda. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. This isn't
I just wanted to say that, so that
product.
is why you can say, like Nigel said, that it's the highest paid reward plan flat out. Because it's a double whammy, triple whammy, whatever you want to call it.
But exactly. And if I add something on top of this, that's why we always say we do something that never did or nobody did before. It's never done before. And if you guys start to understand the whole ecosystem, the whole concept behind Connect, you will get more and more fascinated, because like this, they make sure that the individual nodes are getting fueled with let's say money in order to succeed and bring that node to or the project at the end to bring it there where it should be. So I think that's
the way it kind of works is we're all contributing to the life and the growth of the projects. I mean, that's right. really how every project should function and should work, but most of them just don't. When you're working in, when you're involved in a lot of the other projects out there, and I'm not here to talk bad about any other project necessarily, but you all know, I mean, there's a lot of pump and dump type of projects out there that are just vaporware, that aren't real, that don't have technology, and they're just running the numbers up to then, eventually fall back down and hurt people in a really big way. What we're doing is completely different. We are building and I know I've said this before, but we are building the very best and largest blockchain community in the world, where the participants are the owners. The participants are the ones that are aiding and building and growing not only the networks that are supporting the technology, but the technologies themselves. It's by the contributions from everybody that's participating not in the Win blockchain, but also in the different projects that the Win blockchain is supporting. See, the neat thing about the Win blockchain is it's almost like a companion blockchain. It works in tandem with all of these different other blockchain projects as well. And so you're getting the benefits from the individual blockchains themselves as you choose to participate in them. And then simultaneously, you're getting, rewarded from the Win blockchain in two different ways. You're getting the Win rewards on top of it, but you're also getting now paid or earning in Ethereum. So you're getting this like triple benefit. I don't know. It's hard for me not to get giddy sometimes about what we're building. And it's also, to me, this is one of the reasons why, even though we've had some struggles and some challenges and things that we're overcoming and things have taken a lot longer than we've hoped and wanted, this is why I wake up every morning and I'm so excited about the project, because I know where we are and I know where we've come, but I also realize what this is going to do. And there is nothing out there like this, what we're doing, and good luck, right? I mean, what we're building is not only extremely difficult, and it's taken a lot of time and resource to get here, but it's not easy.
Can I just add, and I've said this on other calls as well, number one, and I've been involved in the network marketing affiliate industry since 1985, so a long time. This is the first opportunity I've ever seen where I actually genuinely believe I will make more money from the product and from the compensation plan, number one. Number two, I also believe that unlike most other opportunities we come across, the more people who join and get involved doesn't dilute the opportunity, but actually magnifies the opportunity.
Yes.
It's the reverse of everything everything you think is true of opportunities is the reverse.
Yeah, that's a great point, Nigel, and I think you're absolutely right. You know, there are oftentimes, I think, moments where you think, I don't want to dilute the pool. I don't want to bring someone else or help someone else because they'll just take a piece away from me. This is different because the more adoption
it makes the cake bigger for everyone.
Bigger for everyone. So, anyway, I know we kind of went in maybe to a little bit more than you asked for, Michael, but there you go.
Perfect. But that's why I always say to all the members, nobody needs to look for a plan B or C. You have the plan A here, and it's set in stone, and we're moving, and we're here to stay. Let us one more question to the first two levels, the payout. The commission payout already started. I mean, I know that a lot of people know that. Some does not know it. You make money and you can make money. The only thing, Stephen, it is 20 days delayed. Maybe explain in quick words why it's 20 days delayed.
Very easy. I mean, so there's a number of reasons why. A lot of it is for really just timing and helping people to understand what they have before they have it. If someone, there's a zero refund policy in what we're doing, and we want to keep it that way. But, obviously for regulations and compliance purposes, there has to be a crack open in that door. Just a little bit for individuals, who would choose to exercise something like that. And so, we have that 20 days. That is a rolling 20 days, which means if I make a sale today, I will get paid on that sale 20 days later. And if I make a sale tomorrow, it'll be 20 days from that date, so on and so forth. And so that's a rolling. So you're still getting paid daily. There's just a 20-day delay on those payments, and that's for the immediate payments, right? That's for the transactional confirmation rewards and the block rewards. The note support rewards are then accumulated over a month's period of time, basically, and paid out on the following 20th of the following month. And so, we are paying out right now of people that are participating. There's no reason to wait or to stop or to pause or anything. I know that even though we don't know everything right now, we are currently paying out in the old system and how we have been until we figure out the new qualifications for it. And so that will continue to pay out as it was.
Can I also say, and I don't know when the date is, all of what you've just talked about will, in the medium term, I won't say long term, I won't say short term, be completely governed by smart
contracts. Absolutely.
So it'll be completely automated, no human involvement, no one can touch your money, no one can hold your money, it will happen automatically on the smart contract.
Yeah, and that's what we're building. That's one of the reasons also why we're so excited about this, is because this is so non-traditional. Blockchain has brought about some unbelievable shifts and changes to every industry right now, actually, but for the affiliate marketing industry, with what we're building here with the Win blockchain, it is completely changing all of that, because we don't want to control that. As a matter of fact, we want to not control it. We want it to be on a smart contract, and to do that so that we're all getting compensated the exact same way through the smart contract.
It's on a smart contract. You don't have to trust me. I don't have to trust you.
Correct.
It's done automatically.
Correct. So so that's what we're building, and we're super excited about that. Yeah, great point.
I think we're going to have the first $1 trillion opportunity here. So those are my famous last words.
Those are last words I think we can all live by. So not die
Just
by.
Make it happen.
We will live by those words.
First $1 trillion opportunity.
I like that. I like that.
In a year from now, remember, guys, the date where we can say, remember, when Nigel, we're sitting 2nd. In potential or house, or in the potential headquarters. So
I wish we were doing this call in 2 days' time, because then it would be March 4th, which means going forward.
March 4th. That's right. 4th. March forward. I love that.
So can I also say, that, of course, because it's in smart contracts, we're 100% transparent, and you can check basically everything that's happening in, not at the moment, but in the future in the blockchain. So show me another, there is no company. I don't even have to ask.
Yeah.
That's a point. We will be 100% decentral, and you can see everything in the the blockchain. So, Stephen, for the second part, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the members also need to understand, and a lot already understand it. The first two levels is, if I can say this, a fast maybe possibility to generate an income. But the big, let's say, residual lies in the rest of the compensation plan or reward plan, blockchain reward plan, and that is in the pools. So if you look at the total, what Nigel mentioned, that we're paying out a lot more compared to maybe other companies. And a big part of that, actually the big part, is coming from the block rewards, right? From the pools. So if you can explain, first of all.
Yeah. So, and you know what? I think what I want to do is I want to actually put together, I'd like to put together some examples. And I don't have those put together right now, but let's just say, for example, that $10 million of sales were done in a specific time in a day or whatever. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's a month. But let's say $10 million of sales were done. 5 million of that, roughly, and I'm making really rough numbers right now, but 5 million of that would go directly into the Wind blockchain. You'd have your 40% that would be paid out up front, roughly. Let's call it 35%, because then you'd have the extra additional about 32 to 33% of that would go into the node support rewards. Now, I don't have my calculator. Actually, I do have a calculator. We're sitting here in this wonderful home of this great guy who's letting us take a look, and he's got a calculator right on his desk. So let's see. Let's say I had 33% of 5 million. That would be $1.6 million. That would be into a global bonus pool, and 25% of that.
4 million. I'm sorry, 400,000.
Yeah, so $400,000 would then, in a bonus structure, would be split amongst the top 50 people. So divide that by 50, and this is really rough because there's some variations here just a little bit. But if you divide that by 50, that would be an $8,000 bonus, basically, that would come to each of those 50 people. But those people are also part of all of the additional pools below, so they'd have a portion of that same amount almost split amongst 500 people and amongst 5,000 and 50,000, right? So it gets smaller and smaller. But we're talking about global sales here, and friends, I don't know.
Hang on, we're going to be doing 10 million a day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Not only that, Steve, you forget something. Only 25% is shared equally. The rest, the 75%, is shared proportionally to your result.
Correct. So I that's why I was trying to throw out that caveat.
So the worst person maybe makes 10,000.
Yeah, but I believe I mean, friends, if we are building what I'm saying that we're building, which I fully believe. This is the largest blockchain community in the world. We are going to have over 1 billion people in our platform. And I'm talking about using the social media part of it. I'm talking about getting the apps. And of course, out of that, there's going to be a lot of node purchases and smart node purchases. What Nigel says, I absolutely see a time where we're doing not just $1 million a day in transactions, where we could be doing $10 million a day easily in node sales. And really that's up to us, right? That's up to us to figure out. But if we're doing that, if we're doing $1 million a day, even, we can cut that into 10%. That would be an $800 bonus a day for the top 50. Actually, it's more than that because we didn't factor in all the other pools. So the point is we're talking about your bonuses very easily. If you're one of the top leaders, your bonuses could be a lot more than your personal commissions that you're receiving on the front end. A lot more, potentially. this is obviously the reason why individuals want to work hard and be part of the top 50 or part of the top 500, because those individuals very, very easily can make a whole lot more than they're making.
But like I said, Stephen, I'm excited about the product, not just the plan. So
that's the other part.
I could make even more just, if
running your nose,
20 million green coins or 20 million Liberty or 20 million Switch, whatever.
Yeah.
We've seen what happened with people with Gala. If it just goes to 50 cents and you got 30 million of them, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. And to throw out, disclaimers, obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with each of the projects.
You can do disclaimers.
I will. I have to. We don't know what's going to happen.
But what if?
And we know what can happen. We know what could potentially happen. We've seen it. We've built it. So we understand this world. We understand also that these projects, the ones that grow the most and have the longest lifespan are the ones that provide a true service in the community and have real technology to back. Well, we have all of those things, and we have the community that can help make it happen. So,
okay, I'm going to butt in again, Stephen.
Go ahead.
So he can put the disclaimer on afterwards. So, what if out of maybe 10 blockchain projects with purpose, what if only one of them was that successful? Yeah. They don't all have to win. No. If just one of them wins and goes 10x, 100x, or whatever, you can make an absolute fortune. What if two of them win?
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
What if all of them went and had varying, degrees of success?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And I hate just as much as anybody else having to say we make no guarantees. And I don't hate that because I want to mislead anybody. I believe in what we're doing so much, but I also know that this has to be something that people walk into eyes wide open. When you start to understand the crypto space and you start to get involved in it really heavily, you start to recognize the real projects from the fake projects. And even though it's real, it doesn't mean there's a guarantee, right? Even though it's real, it can absolutely fail. And we know that those are possibilities with anything that we're ever talking about. That being said, we also have a winning team. And that's hard to come by. A winning team on the blockchain is really hard to come by because most teams on the blockchain, I say teams on the blockchain, most of them don't really know what they're doing. They didn't know what they were doing. They're fake, and they've taken people for a wild ride, and people are now disgruntled and upset. What we've done is actually quite the opposite. We've actually built long-lasting blockchain technology that if we continue to grow this the right way, if we are here as a family supporting it, if we bring people in and help them understand the benefits of what the blockchain can do, no guarantees, obviously, we're not making any promises, but I believe that I believe and know that this is life-changing. And I'm not just talking about financially, just so you guys understand, there's that financially blessings come as you provide and bless people's lives with the value that's there. And so that's what our focus is on. It's on building the value, providing the value. I think everything else will follow. And those that see that vision and are here and start selling and start earning those rewards, they're going to be the greatest benefactors. They're going to be the ones that will own, the blockchain. It's not going to be, it's not going to be anybody else. It's going to be those that jump in early on. So.
Absolutely. And for me, it's like a dream, or let's see it from an affiliate point of view. It's a dream comes true because you have a product where you hold the rewards, you hold the product, you don't give it to somebody and hope that something will happen. You have control over it. One, like Nigel said, I mean, first of all, you have the experience, your years in the market, you're one of the leading company, in my opinion, in the world. And why dream come true? Because why should somebody stop minting and using their products compared to maybe other affiliate programs where you're sick and tired of using whatever cream and pills? And guys, this is a real spinning wheel in a positive sense, and it's not stopping. If a node will
there's only so much coffee you can drink. And there's only so many wrinkles, so many wrinkles you can remove. At the end of the day,
you're not going to stop paying your electricity bill.
But you're not. Yeah, and you're going to continue to use the doctor. You're going to need security your whole life. I mean, there's all sorts of things, you know, that we're building that are life lasting. So
those I say it in English, those all those different nodes already in place. Okay, we're a little bit off. I don't know how much time you have over there. I would suggest anyway that we do another Zoom where we actually go through the presentation. We prepared. That didn't happen, of course, today, guys, because of where they are at the moment. If I can maybe round this up. So basically,
we do need to leave this home. They've been very gracious to let us sit here and do this Zoom call from their office. So.
There's some questions, but let's do the following. Either let's set up another Zoom, or we do one more tomorrow and go Q&A.
Here, I've got an idea, Mike. Why don't you collate the questions and we'll curate the questions, and we can have one call that just goes through all the questions you've got.
Exactly. I already have them. Everything is listed. Then let's do this tomorrow, or we see each other a bit later, and then we can discuss it. Just one more thing to get a little bit of summary of the compensation plan. So we make on two levels that the 10 and 10%. To qualify for the pools, you need 5 nodes, full nodes running. That's correct. And then it's based on daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly tasks, like help others to get their nodes.
Let me pause you for just a second. You need to have sold 5 nodes that people are running to qualify for the pools. Yeah.
Yes.
Not purchase them yourself necessarily.
No. Yes.
But of course,
correct.
The more you purchase yourself, the more benefit you get anyway. So
it doesn't have to be 5 individuals, just 5 running full nodes in total, right?
Correct.
Okay. So absolute doable, and then you will participate in the 5 pools. Depends on your daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly tasks. Those tasks we will show you again in the presentation. And that's actually it.
That's it for now.
Easy compensation plan-based activity.
So Mike, we've got to run, but let's do another call. Like Nigel said, let's do another call tomorrow night, kind of same bat time, same bat channel. I don't know if anyone else says that or not, but okay. and we'll jump on and go through all the rest of the questions.
Perfect. And I go over some of the most important questions right now, and then you guys can go and we see each other.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We'll talk soon. We'll see you.
Thank you. So, dear members, one more time for those, I just got a question here from somebody why we don't go over the compensation plan. Like you saw, there didn't make it back. We will do this tomorrow. We prepared the presentation and everything, so you will see it as well. You don't only hear it. So bear with us until tomorrow. I think one of the most important questions was that, just a second, there's several ones. I'm just going over it. Some are asking why I cannot see all of my direct members. That is getting fixed. I know you don't see it at the moment, but everything is getting organized through the IT. We talked about that today, so no worries. Nobody is lost for those who cannot see. Some individuals, everything is there and everything will be there. And also the commissions, if something is missing, it will be visible or it will be added to your balance. So nothing will get lost. Very important. Don't worry about that, because everything is in the system. Everything is in the database. Then I have here prepared for today 19 questions, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. So I would suggest to not stretch the call too long. We go over this tomorrow. If you have any further questions outside what's on the list, what you of course don't know because only I see it, send it to me or to whoever, and then we make sure that we go through it tomorrow step by step, where Stephen is at the quiet place and in front of his laptop. Let me see what questions came up here in the chat before I go out. when the 2 levels will, I think you already answered that. They're already getting paid. You see the total commissions, and you see the available balance. The difference is that the available balance is past the 20 days because of that delay they have. With elements, please, Stephen, respond to this. I think that's just a second. I'm reading here. Yes, at the moment you can only see the first level. This is correct. You only see your directs at the moment. I know that everybody, of course, wants to see, let's say, all their members. 2 things. We will be at the end a complete decentral, or a DAO, a decentral community where you can see everything in the blockchain. There are several options until this will happen. But let Stephen answer this, please, tomorrow. And what else? Another question came in. And then I would suggest we just meet at the same time tomorrow. Let me see here. The support, please use the support for the person that asked that question. The official support, there will be a faster response. They're working on it. We all have meetings, and I can assure you everything will be speeded up. Everything will be faster. We're going through it step by step. They adding more people also to Zendesk, it's called. If you have any thing from, let's say, the past, you can use also the Telegram bot. Keep that in mind. And set this, or that's the same question. Okay, guys, all those questions that come in at the moment that I see here, they're already on the list here. So let's connect one more time tomorrow, same time. And thank you for attending. And my personal impression from today, I can tell you I'm very, very happy, and I was very excited to meet the team, and it gives me more confidence. I already was very confident before, but it gives me more and more confidence that we really go into that direction to become the next $1 trillion company or blockchain community. That's one thing, but we do it with a purpose. Everything, every project, everything they do has a purpose and a cause, and I think that's what's driving the business as well. It's not only rewards and money. And we also preparing for a get together, get to know each other event here in Dubai. Just the date I don't have yet. We will discuss that also. That will come step by step, so everybody will have the chance to meet everybody in person as well. So they just arrived. We will go through everything tomorrow as well, and see you and hear you tomorrow at the same time. Thank you for attending, and back to you, Stefan, wherever, left or right.